Recording, there's a quote you can see there: "A good mix begins at the recording stage," by Paul White, the editor of Sound on Sound. Definitely worth checking out Sound on Sound. It's a great magazine, and you can get lots of good advice and tips there. So the first thing really to think about during the recording stage are the microphone choice, the room choice, and the performer choice. Now, I'm not going to spend too long on this, but basically there's 3 types of microphones: condenser microphones, dynamic microphones, and ribbon microphones. The most common microphones for studio use, especially in vocals, are condenser microphones. They're a little more sensitive and they can provide a more detailed sound than dynamic mics. I won't go through all the notes there, but to give you some examples of a condenser microphone would be Neumann, famously been around for a long time, and they have some great advice on microphones and the science behind them. So ribbon mics are a type of dynamic mic, you can see there, but they're a little more fragile and expensive, so we won't talk too much about them today, but it's worth diving in here if you want to learn about ribbon mics. So let's assume you're going to use a condenser mic. The mic you choose will depend on what type of voice you have and your budget. Microphones, like everything in life, they range in price from $100 roughly up to $20,000 or more, depending on if it's a entry level or budget item. And again, it's worth considering you don't maybe need to spend a fortune to get a great mic. Here's a list of some of the best condenser microphones available just now. So there you can see this link that I've provided tells you under $100, under $200, etc. The AKG C414 is this one that I'm talking through right now. I think it comes in around $800 nowadays, but I also have a microphone here that I use that cost me around $150, and I use it all the time. So yeah, it's worth checking out that website for sure and just do a little research into microphones. And let's see, what else do we have? Here's the best vocal mics 2021. Again, just a roundup of the best mics. It's worth going through them. Rode, the Shure SM7B. There's an interesting one. They say here it's a condenser mic, but the Shure SM7B is actually a dynamic mic, believe it or not. It just works. It's slightly more sensitive than other ones, but it can handle high sound pressure levels. So it's very popular for podcasts and for vocals in the studio, because you could shout down it and it will still handle that, So that's an example of a dynamic mic that is used like a condenser mic. There's a couple of other links here to choose your next microphone. Just a good guide, just breaking down dynamic mics, condenser mics, and so on. Again, there's my mic right there, Neumann. You see these names coming up again and again. So this is just to help demystify for those of you who don't know. There's another one. Sweetwater is a great retailer that I would recommend checking out. You get some great deals, and I'll have a few other links coming up for Sweetwater as well. Voices, how to pick the right microphone. Yeah, again, just looking at how you're going to use it, what type of voice you have. It's choose a pop filter, for example. A pop filter is the thing that goes between the voice and the microphone, and it's to prevent plosives and sibilants. When you do a p sound, you don't really want to record that when you're singing. So pop filter is a great thing. Shock mount is the thing that the microphone is in. So it's holding the microphone. These are all things that usually come with the microphone, and if not, they're not very expensive. $20, $30 sometimes. You can pick one up. Hopefully that makes sense.